Welcome back to the page. Today we're going to be going over my 2019 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X with the 4-liter 5-speed automatic transmission. I've owned two of these trucks since 2019. Both were 2019. One was an SV. This one's a Pro 4. My first one I bought new from the dealership, and I put right around 43,000 on it before we got hit by a big hailstorm and the roof started leaking. Traded it in. Actually ended up in a Equinox, and didn't like it as much for what my family needed, and we ended up buying this one used without the front and rear bumper done up like it is. And it had 43,000 miles on it. This one now has just under 80,000. It's a few hundred miles from 80,000. And they've been a pretty good truck for me. My biggest issue on this truck was the breakover angle. Well, not even the breakover angle, the approach angle and the departure angle. I've bent up my front bumper and my rear bumper, and you can see that in some of my videos. On one of my videos, you can see the front bumper bending. I scrape the front and the back a lot. If you're off-roading, bumpers are pretty big to do. And then the only other upgrade I did was these Titan tow mirrors. You can get them online. They're like $300. But it's been a nice truck. Another thing I suggest is getting one of these armrest covers. It keeps it from getting all scratched up. If it's just you don't have a kid, they're pretty nice. If your kid's out of a car seat, they got enough room, but we've kind of outgrown it. It is what it is. Come here and start it on up. It's been a very nice truck. Rear differential really ain't an option that I use. I bought it just because the Pro 4, just for the rear locking diff and the skid plates, and to me it wasn't worth it. But I don't drive anything that's really needs the locker. It's kind of wasted 10 grand to me. But as you can see there, 79,562 on the dash. We've gone all over the state with this truck. We've gone up into Arkansas, Texas, all over Oklahoma. I've gone on a few off-road trails with it. Well, more than a few. We're averaging 17 miles a gallon. We do 90% highway. Gas mileage on this truck ain't the best. When I had the front and rear bumpers on it, and on the other one we were averaging right around 20 miles a gallon highway. I mean, it ain't terrible, but it ain't the best. And city I get about 15. After the bumpers and whatnot, I'm averaging about 17 highway and about 12 in the city. I've added a brake controller, which was a little difficult to find. That's one of my other gripes, is it's hard to get the right brake controller for this. That just plugs in. There's just a plug under there. Otherwise, we've been pretty happy. We tow our tractor with it. That's about 5,000 pounds. I've towed home with my other one a full-size Chevy Suburban that was right around 8,000 pounds with the trailer and all, and it did pretty well. It actually pulled it, no complaints. I pulled a Tahoe to the scrapyard and it did it. I've pulled cars with this. It doesn't mind the little cars that are around 3,000 pounds. It'll definitely tow more than its weight. I don't recommend it. I'm not saying to overload your truck, but it tows them. Your biggest issue is stopping them. And that's what the brake controller was for me. I have had wonderful reliability out of this truck. I have not had a single thing break on it. Like I said, my only gripe is the old mirrors are teeny tiny. They had a lot of blind spots in them. If you have a trailer, they're hard to use a trailer with. They're hard to see your trailer. And it's not really a bad truck. I mean, it's not bad for 35-40 grand when I bought it. I got this one, I believe, for 30. So the only other thing I've done and broke was this tailgate cap, and that was my ignorance. I had it down and I scraped it. And if you look over here, that's what I mean by bad departure angle. That's from the stock bumper. We hit a bump. Well, I hit a rock coming down and bumped that. And the mud flaps, I had mud flaps front and rear. They've mostly ripped off. So, but otherwise, I would recommend the Frontier if it's just a little family. You're going to be cruising back and forth, hauling occasionally. I wouldn't recommend hauling all the time with it. If you're gonna haul all the time, big loads, I would get something different. I would get something heavier. That's the biggest issue towing with this truck, is it's light. It's very light. And you feel it. You feel how light it is. Especially, I had a 250 jump from this in my old 250. You could feel the difference just in weight pulling a car. But if you're not doing that all the time, you're just hauling little boats and stuff like this will do you more than well. We've hauled campers all over the state with it. I've never had an issue. I pulled home one of the neighbors who broke down about 50-60 miles. He has a 6,600 pound camper, and we definitely felt it, but it did it. We didn't go fast. We didn't get over 55, but it pulled at home. And I don't know what more you can ask out of it. And the roof rack is a nice plus. You can put 8-foot lumber up there or 10-foot lumber. Holds it nice. You can fit plywood in the back if you do the wood hack. You put a piece of wood in the bed of this truck here, and in this slot right here, you can see it there and there. You put a piece of wood there, a piece of plywood will come up and fit in the back of this truck. You move this from right here to up here, and that holds the tailgate level with the wheel wells. So then your plywood fits perfect right there. And then you can take a ratchet strap, and ratchet straps hook pretty good right here. I've always liked my hooks because I always hook it to my D-ring hooks on my custom bumper. It is a very tight fit. Plywood fits edge to edge on one of these trucks. And one of my other complaints is this tie down system. It's nice to have, but I feel like mine's always getting loose or freezing up. If you leave it in the back of the truck, it freezes up, and you gotta go whack it with a hammer to get it to break loose. If you look at this one, the little plastic piece broke off, and these guards don't do anything to keep dirt out. They slide back, they get full of dirt. You gotta pull that guard out and clean out the bottom. But otherwise, it's been a good truck. One day when I get another truck, I'll do another review. Please like and subscribe.